A group concerned Abuja Indigenes has called for justice for over 27 Nigerians killed and more than 200 others detained in various prisons following a confrontation between members of the Islamic Movement in Nigeria and personnel of the Nigerian Army in Abuja during a procession marking International Quds Day.
Banner of justice, unity and humanity to speak against the horrific and unjustified violence carried out by the Nigerian Army against peaceful International Quds Day protester, an innocent Abuja resident on Friday, dated 28th of March 2025. On that tragic day, what should have been a peaceful expression of a solidarity turned into a bloody massacre carried out by the heavily armed soldier, including the deployment of armored tanks like ammunition and brutal physical force. At least 27 Nigerians were killed, over 66 sustained severe injury, and more than 380 were arrested. Over 200 detainees, including those gravely injured, are being held at Kuje and Suleja prison.
The group condemned what they described as horrific and unjustified violence by the Nigerian Army. They are demanding the immediate release of the bodies of the deceased, including indigents of Abuja, to their families for proper and dignified burial.
Among the dead is Mr. Abdullahi Bello, a well-known businessman who had no tie to the Islamic movement in Nigeria. He was arrested alive, tortured to death by severe beating in the army barracks, and later dumped at mortuary. He was not shot, he was beaten to death. Mr. Bello is not the only one. Multiple detainees were killed in custody inside a military barrack after their arrest, not in the protest scene, but after capture. Innocent Abuja Indigenes, who were not part of the protest, but were simply going out their daily business, were also arrested, beaten, and some killed. The Nigerian police have refused to release the bodies, including those of Abuja Indigenes, denying families the chance to give their loved ones a proper burial. At least 8 bodies lie at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, mortuary in Gwagwalada, with no proper preservation, and more are scattered across 4 different mortuaries in Abuja.
While denouncing the violent crackdown on the protesters, the group is also calling for compensation for the families of the deceased and other victims. They further demanded a thorough and independent investigation into what they have termed extrajudicial killings and insisted that those responsible must be held accountable.
The government must offer full compensation to the families of the deceased, those injured, and those whose business and lives were disrupted in this violent military action. Civilian protests are not war zones. We demand an immediate halt to the use of military force in responding to peace protests. This is not just about one group or one incident. It is about the soul of our nation, the right of our people, the limit of state power. We stand united, Muslims and Christians, Northerners and Southerners, youth and elders, in absolute condemnation of this massacre.